Did you know that a pad holder can make a striker better? Sometimes they can make them worse. If we want to get good training to become a good pad holder, we need to take a look at the different equipment that we can use, like large shields and kick pads. But for this video, we're going to take a look at how to use the focus mitts. Let's get started. Take a look at a basic hold. Now, if you were my striker, I would like to use a crisscross pattern. So if I were to use my left mitt like this, I would be eliciting a left arm technique like a punch or an elbow. And this one over here would elicit a right hand technique like a punch or an elbow. Now it's super important to me that I keep myself safe, so I'm not really gonna keep the pads super close like this, or I'm not gonna put my pads super far like this, because then obviously I would burn out my shoulders. So it would be somewhere like midway. You can see here, this would be the midway, right? Not too far, not too close. Also, the workspace is gonna be tight. If I hold it way far like this, too far apart, then that would mean more of an inefficient mechanical work for you as the striker. So we wanna try to go here. So let's take a look at how to receive the strike. Super important that I'm going to meet in that halfway area, in the workspace that I'm creating. So if I'm trying to meet the strike too close, it's not really going to work out too well to communicate tactile feedback. It's much better at that mid-range around here. Now obviously if I do it too far, the striker will get confused about their distance management and the length of their limb or the strike that they're trying to use, either if it's a punch or an elbow. So super important to make them work right here in the same spot and be consistent with it. Now if I were to hold for a kick, I would use oversized focus mitts just like these, not the super tiny ones. And I would move them over to the side, and you can see how my elbows are off onto the side of my ribs here, not like shelved this way. You can see if I hold it this way and they kick, it would like rebound into my face. So what I want to try to do is hug my body here with my elbows, and I'm off to the side. Now I don't want to be completely sideways, because it would teach like, let's say a sideways type of kick. But for Muay Thai, we're looking for more of a roundhouse, right? So we're looking to face them a little bit more. I like to use my legs to kind of meet it this way, okay? Not to use the hands to go down like this. What will end up happening is that the kick will come out round, but at the very end, the striker will look for a lift to get that tactile feedback, which I mentioned earlier. So what we want to try to do is get the striker to hit horizontally. So to keep it as vertical as I can, I would meet it this way. You can see how I'm moving more in a horizontal plane rather on the vertical plane. Last but not least, interactivity. This has got to be one of the most important roles for the pad holder. Now, if I were to hold for you and I kind of stood like this, seemingly like not even connected with you through energy, it makes the experience for the striker a little bit less fun or exciting. So what we want to try to do is actually create what it would look like for them to see an opponent or maybe someone that they're defending against, and see the natural movements, right? So when I'm kind of moving this way, and notice that my pads aren't really up holding the whole time like this, okay? It's more down. So what I'm trying to do here is elicit to the striker that there is a target that is going to be ready. So if I do this, you'll know that the striker or the pad holder like me would be ready. So anytime I want the striker to go, I'll actually hold it up, and then I'll take the targets away. Maybe I'll move around, maybe I'll give a little bit of taps here and there. And I'm not looking to like tap super hard like I'm actually sparring against my striker. Although there are some trainers out there that like to do that kind of stuff. If you start doing that to a striker right from the very beginning, the striker will become more worried rather than actually practicing their technique, their combination, or the confidence between like a defensive maneuver and then a counterattack. So it's super important that if you're going to do any type of exchange or touch, it'll be more like tagging. See how I could probably tag like your left side, maybe tag like your right side, check the middle there, like this, maybe like feed a kick here or there, but it's not like super tough and super hard, right? So what we're trying to do is help build the confidence of the striker. Now, as your skill as a pad holder increases and your striker's capability starts to increase, that's when you can start increasing the intensity. But for right now, let's keep the pad hold basic.